11 years ago to the day, this 2013 Mac Pro, as configured, was $4,000. Now it's trash, literally. What do we do with it? Let's find out. So this is a trash can PC, right? Oop. Actually, that's my trash can. Here it is, the trash can PC. Mac. And I've been looking for one of these for a long time. I don't really post too much about it, but I've been like stalking videos about this Mac because of how much people hate it, and also because it seems like every famous YouTube channel has reviewed it at some point. So I wanted to be on that list. And there's plenty available, of course, but they're $300 is kind of the average price. I saw one for $250 once, but still, that's not a good deal, I think. And so here it is. I bought this for, drum roll, $150. And I think that's a really good deal. But I've never seen one in person. And actually he wanted $300, and then he lowered the price to $200. We've been talking for, I think, almost 3 weeks now. And then I saw him lower the price to $150 without even telling me, which is weird because we had been talking for so long. Anyway, he lowered it to $150. I said, I'm coming right now. I gotta buy it. Deal done. I have to. But the thing that gets me is just my first kind of reaction to this. I've watched almost every video about these on YouTube, and I didn't know it was so tiny. Look, this is my hand. That's the whole PC. Like, weird. I mean, I thought it was a big kind of tower thing. So I did turn it on just to check real quick. And here's the back. So funny, I thought that was the power button. That's different. And you have the I/O stuff. So the big question is, now that it's here, what do I do with it? I was so excited to have it, and it's one of those bucket list things. Well, now what do I do with it? Because I have my, in case you missed it, I have a 2017 4K 21-inch iMac that I bought to use to make videos a few months ago. There's a video about that, and actually I have not used that computer in almost 2 months because I went back to PC again. So that's a fail, but I'm kind of curious now, even though people make fun of this Mac Pro, what will I do with it? Can I use it, or should I just sell it? Because they still do go for $300. Should I just sell it for more? Play with it? I don't know. Here's the back you've all seen before. It's just, I don't get why there's nothing in front. It's just blank. There's no, I mean, I would at least have the power button here. It took me a minute to figure out where the power button was. I thought it was that one. And then it's way back here. So, so I booted it up, and it is not the, it does work. It's not the cheapest one. This has the 6-core Xeon and the D500 GPU with, I think it was it 16 gigs? Let's see. So let's open it and check it out. So this comes off. There's a lot of dust in there. So we have 4. 4 memory chips. 4. So yeah, I think it was 16 gigabyte. And then the SSD hybrid, whatever it is, it's not really a NVMe, it's kind of some sort of proprietary SSD. That's 500 gigs. So on paper, it seems like it would be good to use for something, but I'm curious now, how will it perform versus the 2017? The 2017 that I have, even though it has a beautiful Retina display, love that. It does have USB-C, Thunderbolt 3, love that. I'm running OS Sonoma on it via the USB 3.0 port, and it runs great, but the processor is so not good. I guess you could say it's, I've only used it for internet, so I don't know what it would do in an actual environment where there was a lot of processing. But why is it so small? So I think what I'm going to do is, it would be cool if you could just paint this white and have a white one. That would be a nice contrast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I think, do some sort of benchmark between the 2017 and this one. I think this one should win just on a straight benchmark thing, but I'm not sure overall because they can't run newer software, and I don't really want to. I've seen people put, so there's the memory thing. How does that go? Oh, it goes like that. Let's take one out. I've seen people do this, but I'm not actually sure how to do it. Oh, you just go like that. Okay, so that's 4 gigs. So you have 4 gig sticks. So there's 16 in there of PC3 14900, which apparently this supports up to 1800. And I'm kind of curious if, just click that back in there. It's just weird how they made this so upgradable, but nobody, I mean, Mac people don't upgrade their stuff that much like that. Well, if this was $2,000, even though it's little, it's extremely heavy. Oh, that's very heavy. There's a crap ton of dust in here, so we're going to clean that out. So I think what I'm going to do is, I don't want to put Sonoma on this because I think that's too much for it. And maybe it's some more, if it supports Monterey, I would be happy. And then I'm going to put Windows on it, of course, because I have to put Windows on everything. And I want to see how that works, but I wonder why. So a couple of things. I don't know why. Maybe you guys can tell me, why is there 2 Ethernet ports? So is it like to share? So one in and then you can share with something else. And then also, so it's Thunderbolt 2. There's a million Thunderbolt 2 connections, USB 3, Wi-Fi. So I don't know. What do you think? So would you take... Okay, they were the same price. So I paid $150 for the Mac 21-inch, sorry, iMac 21-inch, 2017 4K Retina display. So you get the monitor with it. That was $150. And I'm running that on an external SSD. Runs perfectly fine with Sonoma. It only has 8 gigs of memory, and then it has the quad-core i5. So that was $150. This was also $150, and you have a 6-core Xeon with 16 gigabytes of DDR3. The 2017 has DDR4, but it's not easy to upgrade because you have to take the screen off. And the SSD is not inside, so that's not good either. So which one would you choose? If you had to pay the same price, which I did, so $150, would you take this Mac Pro, or would you take the 2017 iMac? Because now, I mean, I'm not going to buy a monitor for this. I already have my daily one that I use all the time, the 24-inch one that I use for everything. Also, why is there a handle? Like, where are people taking this? I don't know. Which would you choose? I'm gonna not make a whole video about the benchmarks and stuff because that's gonna take a long time. I just wanted to see the initial reaction to this tiny little thing versus my actual bathroom trash can, which is right here. It's bigger than the computer. Also, one thing to note, I found out through some of the videos, the HDMI port does not support high refresh rates. So if you want to have a higher refresh rate or a better monitor, you should use a Thunderbolt to HDMI adapter. I guess this is just like a basic one. And I have the adapter that I was using on the Mac Mini, which I didn't post about yet. So I'm gonna probably use that. Although I don't have a high refresh rate monitor, so I guess it probably doesn't matter. But yeah, I kind of like it. It's very minimal, I guess. The thing I don't really like is how you have to reach in the back to turn it on. So what's the point of having this neatly tucked in the corner if you have to go like way back here to turn it on? I mean, that doesn't make sense. So if it had a remote control, that would be cool. Just turn it on. Or you could turn it on from the keyboard or something. And yeah, it was on when I tested it there, when I picked it up for a little bit. It is super quiet, which is nice. But also the 2017 that I have is super quiet. It really never makes noise because it is newer. So let me know what you think. This was just a quick one. And I hope you enjoyed my extremely professional box bench situation here, because I have my server under it and I didn't want to scratch it. And yeah, I think I'm just gonna play with it and then sell it after, and just keep the 2017, unless the 2017 sells first, or maybe I'll sell both and buy more stuff. All right, guys, thank you. So it was just a quick update, and we'll see you on the next one.